The aroma of roasted coffee beans filled the air. The cafe buzzed with the energy of the city. Emma, lost in the pages of her book, didn't notice the man rushing by. Not until a jolt sent his coffee splashing onto her table and her book.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry.
The man's face flushed crimson. He reached for napkins, his hand brushing against hers. Emma's heart skipped a beat. His eyes, a warm hazel, held a sincerity that instantly calmed her.
It's all right. Accidents happen.
He helped her mop up the spill, their fingers lingering for a moment. A fleeting connection, quickly broken as he offered to buy her a new coffee. She politely declined, but the encounter left a warmth in her chest, a spark of something unexpected. The afternoon sun cast long shadows as Emma strolled through the park, her mind wandering back to the events of the day. She paused, lost in thought, replaying the encounter at the coffee shop. The way he had smiled at her, the brief but meaningful conversation they had shared. The memory of his eyes, his touch, brought a blush to her cheeks. She couldn't help but wonder if he felt the same spark she did. A sigh escaped her lips, a mix of longing and regret. She wished she had been braver, said more, done more. Unbeknownst to her, Liam was just a stone's throw away, his thoughts also drifting back to their brief encounter. He lifted his camera, capturing the play of light and shadow on the path ahead. Photography was his way of making sense of the world, of capturing moments that might otherwise be lost. A lone figure, its back turned, caught his eye. There was something about her that seemed familiar, yet he couldn't quite place it. There was a familiarity about her, a grace that drew his lens. He felt an inexplicable pull, as if he was meant to capture her essence. He snapped a few shots, intrigued by the air of quiet contemplation that surrounded her. She seemed lost in her own world, yet deeply connected to the beauty around her. Later that evening, reviewing his photos, Liam was struck by the woman in the park. Her image stood out among the rest, resonating with him in a way he couldn't explain. He couldn't explain it, but her image resonated with him. There was a depth to her gaze, a story waiting to be told. The way she seemed lost in her own world, yet connected to the beauty around her, made him feel a sense of kinship. He felt as if he had captured a piece of her soul. He wished he had seen her face, spoken to her. There was a longing in his heart, a desire to bridge the gap between them. Little did he know he had been mere steps away from the woman who had captivated him at the coffee shop. Their paths had crossed once more, yet they remained strangers, connected by a thread of missed connections.